2.
Right now on News Channel 6 and 11, a day after the runoff elections, a look at the results as the city of Augusta gets set for a change of leadership.
Plus the possibility of raising the rates to eat in Aiken, why leaders are considering a hospitality tax, as your news at 11 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Brad Means.
And I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you for joining us.
Coverage you can count on begins in the state capitol. It is time now for our first check of the weather.
Here's Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci.
Well, we had some heavy rain earlier today, and that brought us nearly half an inch of rainfall over at Augusta Bush Field. And as for our almanac, we started out at 72, a little bit above average today, but then below average by 5 degrees in the afternoon with a high of 87. Here's a look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. It's actually a really nice night, completely dry, and the clouds cleared out just in time for us to view this planetary alignment. This is the Moon-Venus-Jupiter conjunction. I actually took this photo just a couple hours ago. There's the moon. It's a crescent moon tonight. And then there's Venus right below it, and then Jupiter way at the bottom here. And I've been seeing some of your photos as well. If you took some cool photos of the sky tonight, be sure to send those my way. But as for our temperatures, we are still very warm, sitting in the mid-70s, 76 in both Augusta and Aiken. Winds are out of the south, under 10 miles per hour, but we're still seeing some wind gusts up to around 20. And here's a look at satellite and radar. We now have post-tropical cyclone Arthur. This just changed. You can see some rain impacting Louisiana. And then as we go into the next couple of days, we will see some rain and thunderstorms from the remnants of Arthur combined with an approaching cold front. I'll have more details coming up, but back to you.
Jenna, thanks. Richmond County schools are adjusting their schedules in case of bad weather. All summer school students are going to get out early tomorrow. All after-school activities are canceled, and some summer meal distribution sites are going to be on a different schedule. For all the information, go to WJBF.com.
Police in Lexington say they found a body.
And we have a Viper 6 alert day for the potential of flash flooding along with severe weather, and it all begins tomorrow afternoon. I'll have your full Viper 6 forecast when we return.
Let's have some fun. The live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. It is nice and clear outside. This is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam at Wellstar MCG Health. Nothing going on at this time, just a little bit breezy. We have a south wind of 7 miles per hour, wind gusts up to around 20. But like I mentioned, skies are clear, temperatures are warm, dew points are high as well. So just a warm, muggy, typical June night. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s across the board. And you can see here on satellite and radar that we do have some cloud cover to the south of us. So more clouds moving in overnight. We're watching post-tropical cyclone Arthur bringing some rain to Louisiana and Mississippi, and also watching this cold front. So these two things combined will make for a very wet setup for us Thursday into Friday, and also a windy one. So here's a look at Arthur. It was just downgraded to a post-tropical cyclone now that it's more disorganized and winds are down to 35 miles per hour. So there's a lot of dry air that's moving in along with some wind shear, and that has allowed to help weaken the system. But it's actually going to strengthen, and that's thanks to some deep tropical moisture combined with the lifting of this cold front. So even though it's like with most tropical systems, it's weakening over land for now, it's actually going to turn into a decently strong area of low pressure as it moves towards the CSRA tomorrow. So here's your day planner. We're starting out our Thursday dry, mostly cloudy by 7 a.m., 74 degrees. Then in the afternoon, we'll see some isolated showers and storms, and we'll be in the upper 80s. Now, here's a look at the severe weather outlook. All of us included under a marginal risk tomorrow through Thursday evening for damaging wind gusts and brief isolated tornadoes. We're talking EF0 to EF1 tornadoes, so not on the strong side. These are those typical spin-up tornadoes we have with any sort of area of low pressure that's rotating. Now, there is a marginal risk from around Waynesboro down to the southern half of the CSRA for Friday morning and afternoon as well for damaging wind gusts, but at that point, our tornado threat will be over. So here's our futurecast tomorrow at 6 a.m. You can already see the rain starting to expand in coverage here. Heavy downpours, thunderstorms, and then it really starts to explode explode as it moves across Alabama. And then this starts to approach western Georgia around 2 o'clock. We'll start to see those isolated storms tomorrow afternoon. That's when we'll be watching for possible severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings. And then there will be a bit of a lull in the activity. Thursday evening, there's 8 p.m., but then another round as we approach around midnight, continuing into the overnight hours. And there comes the cold front. So overnight going into Friday morning, going to be pretty windy, and also that heavy rain could lead to flash flooding. And then by tomorrow afternoon, once again, it's possible that we could still have some severe storms in our southern line counties, but I do think our futurecast model is a little bit behind here, and I am expecting a dry Friday night. So here's a closer look tomorrow at 2 p.m., starting out with very isolated coverage. As early as around 4 p.m. is when we could see some of those damaging wind gusts up to, say, 60 miles per hour. Outside of storms, it will still be breezy, 25 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts. But then overnight, this is when we'll have to watch for those wind gusts, maybe up to 45 miles per hour, even a chance that they could reach up to around 50. Things will start to die down by the time you're waking up and headed out the door on Friday morning. Now, here's a look at those wind gusts. Like I mentioned, outside of storms, we're talking up to around 25, 35 miles per hour, but you can see those higher wind gusts come in overnight. There's a look at around 3 o'clock Friday morning. So don't be alarmed if you wake up to the sound of the wind with the rain. We could have some power outages, down trees, and some down power lines. Now, this is nothing like Hurricane Helene, but just please be aware that there's some flash flooding possible as well, especially in some of our north and western counties, up to around 2 to 4 inches of rain possible, with that flood watch in effect for Hancock and Washington counties. 10-day forecast showing that Viper 6 alert day extended into Friday morning due to the gusty winds and heavy rain continuing early on, but it will be a mostly dry Father's Day weekend and hot again up to 90 degrees.
All right, Jenna,
Jenna,
thanks.
thank you so much. And we want to show you something that's pretty cool. Jenna mentioned it already. It's an unusual event happening in the sky tonight. The moon is passing over Venus in what's called a lunar occultation.
Yeah, Venus is going to actually disappear behind the moon's dark side and then reappear on the other side. The first time in 11 years we've been able to watch all this in the U.S.
Cool. The bombs have stopped, but
Look at the mysteries beneath the sea.
we'll tell you about a recent discovery. Stay with us.
They fall at 2 to 1. Brad and Jenny, back to you.
Scientists getting a better look at the mysteries beneath the sea.
We'll tell you about a recent discovery. Stay with us.
I feel like
6.
Here's one more look at our 10-day forecast. We have a Viper 6 alert day going in effect around noon tomorrow. That's when we'll start to see some isolated storms. The worst of the activity happens late Thursday night into early Friday morning. By Friday afternoon and evening, things start to improve. And then this weekend looks nice, mostly sunny, definitely getting hotter, around 90 degrees. Only a 20% chance of storms on Father's Day, and then a typical summer pattern next week.
Scientists now getting a better look at the mysteries beneath the seas. There was an expedition off the coast of Brazil, and it uncovered 31 new creatures lurking in the middle of the ocean.
They sent a remotely operated vehicle with imaging systems and high-tech instruments. This new technology let them study tiny creatures at depths of more than 3,000 feet without damaging them.
Fascinating stuff right there at the bottom of the ocean. Well, that is our report for now. We appreciate you staying up with us. Make sure you download our mobile app for breaking news and weather.
Our next news is at 4:30 a.m. with Mary Marson and Gabe Stovall. Good night.
Good night.
For the dad who appreciates quality, style, and things built to last, celebrate this Father's Day with exceptional menswear, personalized service, and timeless gifts for every dad. Lionel Smith, limited to only the finest in men's clothing.
Millions of people